Okay, guys, yesterday we were working with linking verbs and we were using present tense, and we just had to think about whether our subject was singular or plural, and that helped us decide which linking verb to use. And so today we're going to look at using the past tense of linking verbs. So remember, a linking verb, okay, so here is a linking verb in the present tense. The girl is nice. So remember, a linking verb links the subject with either a description of the subject or renaming a subject, okay? So the girl is nice, it's a description of girl, and this is the linking verb that connects those two, okay? So this linking verb is in present tense. It means it's happening right now, okay? But we can also make a linking verb in past tense. So I can say, the boy was kind. So in the past, yesterday or last year or a second ago, the boy was nice. And remember, this linking verb was links the description kind with the boy. Okay, so it depends on what your subject is. If it's a plural noun, a singular noun, a singular pronoun, plural pronoun, if you're using I or we, it makes a difference on what linking verb you need to use, okay? So I have those pennies are shiny. This is in the present. It's happening right now. The pennies are shiny, and pennies gets linked with shiny. Let's see if I can do this looking upside down, okay? So this linking verb in the present tense links pennies and shiny. But we can also use that same sort of linking between trophies and shiny, but we could put it in the past. Like yesterday, the trophies were shiny. So again, this is past tense, but it's a linking verb that shows what the trophies were. They were shiny. It connects trophies and shiny. Okay, so let's take a look at these two. Here's present tense. I am tired. And that means it's happening right now. Here's my linking verb. It connects tired with I. Okay. And here's past tense. I was tired. So remember, past tense is like yesterday I was tired. 5 minutes ago I was tired. Last year I was tired. But so this is a past tense, but still it's connecting our pronoun I with the description of tired. Okay, so we still have a linking verb. It's just in the past tense. Okay, so here's a linking verb with the present tense, and we're using we, which is plural, right? It means you and me, or all of us, right? We are students. Okay, so this linking verb connects we with students. It describes we, okay? Now we can also put it in the past tense, okay? So I could say, all of us teachers, we were students. We used to be students in the past, right? So we could say that the were is the past tense for connecting we and students, okay? So it really depends on what your subject is to which linking verb you're going to use. So we had present, which we worked with yesterday, and today we're going to be working with past tense. So to get past tense in your mind, always think of something that happened in the past. So you can say, you can put in your mind at the beginning of the sentence yesterday, or 5 seconds ago, or this morning, something that happened in the past to help you choose that past tense linking verb. Okay, so let's try a few on our worksheet. So this is page 193. If you don't have it, pause me and go get it, because we always like to work on the guided practice together. Okay, so here's a great tip for you to remember, because remember in grammar we always have these terms like linking verbs, and we really have to think about what that means. Okay, so in the yellow box, read this. Remember that a linking verb does not show action. It links the subject to the adjective or the noun in the predicate part of the sentence. It's telling us what the subject is or describing the subject, okay? And then up here it says this chart tells you how past tense linking verbs agree with singular and plural subjects, okay? So we have the singular noun, so they're giving us the example of gold. So we would say was, but let's think of another singular noun. Girl, boy, book, desk, table, all of those would be singular nouns, right? So we would use the past tense linking verb was. Okay, so we can also use a singular pronoun like he or she or it. We would say was in the past tense. He was there. She was sweet. It was funny, right? Okay, so now we can look at the plural nouns. So think of a plural noun. You could say the students, the teachers, the classmates, the children, right? Those are all plural nouns, and we would say for all of those, the past tense linking verb would be were, okay? The girls were, the boys were, the classmates were, kind, funny, smart, right? We could use this past tense linking verb to take our plural noun and link it to its description or a renaming. Okay, we also have plural pronouns like we and they, okay? And we would use the past tense linking verb were. Okay, if it's the pronoun I, we say I was. And if we're talking about you, we say you were. Now, all of these guys you use in your speech all the time, okay? So we're just really picking it apart and thinking a little bit deeper of it. So don't get too caught up on this because you use it correctly in your speech all the time when you're talking, okay? So let's take a look. Let's do the guided practice together. I'm having a hard time reading on my screen, so I've got to turn the page. All right, so it says underline the correct linking verb twice. So they've given us two linking verbs. One is in the past tense, and one is, oh, no, I'm sorry, they're both in the past tense, but we've just got to think about, is this a singular noun or a plural noun? And if it's a singular noun, we're going to use was. If it's a plural noun, we're going to use were. So we've got to look at the sentence. Copper, a metal mined in ancient times. Okay, so our subject is copper. Is copper singular or plural? Singular. So we would say copper was a metal mined in ancient times. So we're going to underline was twice. Okay, so let's look at sentence number 2. Early Egyptians blank famous for their gold jewelry. Okay, so what is this sentence about? Who or what? It's about early Egyptians. Does that mean one person or lots of people? Okay, because it says early Egyptians. Yes, that's plural, so what would we use? If it's a plural noun, we go up here, plural noun, and we should use were, right? Early Egyptians were famous for their gold jewelry. So underline were. Okay, number 3. Silver coins blank forms of trade in early civilization. Okay, so we've got this subject. This is what our sentence is about, silver coins. Okay, is the subject silver coins, is that singular, meaning one, or is it plural, meaning more than one? Silver coins. Yeah, it means more than one, so this is a plural noun. So we go up here, plural noun, we're going to use the linking verb were, okay? Silver coins were forms of trade in early civilization. Okay, now we're back to our subject copper again. Copper was the choice, or copper were the choice metal for making the penny. Okay, which one sounds right? Was, right? And we look at our subject, it's singular. It means one type of metal. And so then we go up to the singular noun and we're going to use the linking verb was. So down here we would say copper was the choice metal for making the penny. Okay, now we're going to underline each past tense linking verb twice. So we're going to do this, all right? Next, we have to draw an arrow linking the main word or the subject part to the noun or adjective in the predicate that renames or describes it. So remember, we're going to underline the linking verb, and then we're going to draw that arrow between the subject and how it's being described or how it's being renamed, okay? So we have sentence number 5. Uncle Red's coin collection book was heavy. Uncle Red's coin collection book was heavy. Okay, so think carefully. What is this sentence about? Okay, you might be tempted to say it's about Uncle Red, but look carefully. What is this sentence about? It's about his coin collection book, right? So book is actually the subject. Okay, these are all words describing the book, Uncle Red's coin collection book, but the subject is really, the sentence is about the book, all right? So book was heavy. So where's our linking verb, right? It doesn't show action, it's just making a connection. So we would underline was twice, and now we have to draw an arrow. What was and how do we describe it? So we're going to use book, and how do we describe the book? Heavy. So we're going to draw an arrow from book to heavy. And was is the past tense linking verb that connects those two. Okay, so let's look at number 6. His coins were old. Okay, what's the subject? Who or what is the sentence about? It's about coins, okay? And what is our linking verb? Were. Our past tense linking verb was were. Coins is plural, so we would use the linking verb were. Okay, so we're going to draw an arrow from coins to old because this linking verb links our subject with its description. Okay, so we would draw an arrow just like that. Okay, let's take a look on on the back side and think about what you're going to be doing there. Okay, so we're going to underline the correct linking verb twice. Okay, so think about if your subject is singular or plural, and then choose the right choice. And remember, if you get stuck, you look back at your chart. Okay, all right, so the first section, you are just underlining the correct linking verb. Okay, and down here, you're going to read the sentence really carefully. Okay, think about what the subject is. Find the linking verb and underline it twice. And then you want to draw an arrow draw an arrow linking the main word of the subject to its description or the noun that renames it. Okay, so this is just like we did on the front. Okay, I'm going to help you with number 8. Let's look at number 8. Okay, this word is Phoenicians. That's an ancient group of people. Okay, Phoenicians were the first people to trade bronze with other countries. So who or what is the subject about? It's about Phoenicians, right? And what is the linking verb? The verb that doesn't show action, it's just showing a connection. That would be were. So underline were twice. Okay, so let's think about what is that linking. Phoenicians were what? So think of the renaming or description. Phoenicians were the first people. Yeah, so we're going to draw an arrow from Phoenicians to the first people. Okay, so that's what you're doing in this section. You're going to think about what the subject is, underline the linking verb, and then draw an arrow between the subject and what the linking verb is connecting it to, the description or the renaming. Okay, let's look at the bottom section, what you need to do. You can ask somebody in your family what they did yesterday, and you listen to past tense linking verbs. Okay, so you're going to write one sentence about what you heard. Okay, that's it for today.